Good day and welcome to the program Midday Show, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We semi day on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl, and me where they bring count on this edition Fumble. I name Jaffa Mans Davis. Like all the time inside the program, we get plenty news, information, newspaper headline, entertainment. So stay with me for the next 1 hour inside the program Midday Show. And for you, for the listen to it from wherever you get to it from, remember, say you're able to be part of the program by way how you go use the number 077-981-981. The number again, 077-981-981. Or you can join the conversation on social media, use the comment section, ask questions, or make a point on the different things that we'll look at inside this edition of the program Midday Show. Fumble, if you just join me, today we focus on discussion. Radio Democracy, they discuss the U.S. Fulbright Foreign Student Scholarship Program, waiting at the benefits, waiting at the opportunities them. This make we get Jacqueline Moore, one a public affairs officer at the U.S. Embassy. Good afternoon and welcome to the program Midday Show.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us. We're very happy to be here.
Okay, trying to thank you for being with us. And also on the other side of the studio, we have Peter Ali, who is a strategic content coordinator and exchange specialist in the U.S. Embassy. Good afternoon and welcome to the program Midday Show.
Good afternoon and thanks for hosting us.
Okay, plenty thank you on our journey today inside this edition. On our continue for still tweet inside the program, we start for look at issue them. We go inside the director of Nexora Initiative, Samuel Williams, say the Payless and Landmark scheme we then they developed a part of the effort from private sector for improved digital literacy and technology in us alone. Samuel Williams talked this in our interview with Radio Democracy, where he talk about the different costs them like graphic design, coding, artificial intelligence, and other one them we then they offer to the public now. Samuel Williams talk more about this to reporter Mohammed Lamin Kebe inside this interview.
We not because not only me, but we want for touch Sierra Leoneans their life with digital technology. We want for put Salone at the forefront of digital technology, not only in the sub-region, but Africa and the world at large.
So what you they do, and also which kind of courses do they offer?
We offer coding, we offer artificial intelligence, sound engineering, digital literacy, digital research, and digital marketing, and graphic design also.
In a full academic year, listeners they want to know how they do admission.
The courses then they run for, then they by course. The first course they go for 8 weeks. We're in at the beginner level. So even if you get zero knowledge about them skills they are so, because we they deal with, let me say we they do 90% practical and 10% theory. So it run for 8 weeks. The first course when a beginner level, then you can go for the next one we na intermediate. And from intermediate we get senior and we get pro. For this first course beginner level we they just take because we they run a Payless Landmark scheme. So now just 3,000 leons, it cost you for make you pick one of them skill also and learn them to your fingertip.
How you go describe technology at this digital age where we get AI? You not possibly don't dig into tech. How you go describe the environment for ensure say the idea we get to become fruitful, able for impact technology as Salone?
Let's say Salone we dey behind when it comes to technology. Now the sub-region first, because taking into consideration, I think last year now we get to be 5G now Salone. And if we ask ourselves how many people and they make a living out of 5G compared to other countries them, and now we get the very first standalone 5G network now West Africa. How many people are benefiting from it? How like technology they shape the economic landscape now the country? Then we go say there is much to be done for make we actually put Salone before now that place. And plenty people not able for go and say they go pay $3,000, $5,000 and learn this course and learn this skill. But from we own perspective, we look at and say, if we already get this knowledge, and for people that we're able for go acquire this knowledge, we come back and give back to society in a way when I pay less, learn more scheme. Because Sierra Leoneans, then you look at the economic landscape, plenty people not be able for afford then kind of money then they. So we just for this 3,000, we believe say it go work in a salon because plenty people they we want for do am. But because of the money business, they're not able. So and they impede the technology growth by the country.
So all the courses they go for the same fee.
Yes, except for sound engineering.
I'm so talking about also people really for pass on their information there and also there for taking people when it comes to quality, the possible they listen we go for the meetings. What's the level of quality assurance from beginners?
I believe say we get one of the best team in the country because not only they get the knowledge as in theory, but now people the way they work on and we don't work on bigger projects the way the whole of the country they benefits from currently as we speak. And now people the way have been working with them for over a while now, and we don't work on so many projects the way they impact the daily lives of Sierra Leoneans. Them we not go say on air, but actually now people them we well grounded in whatever then they do and are young minds. And next year I don't believe say we get anybody we older than even 35 or so. So now young people then we go able for pass on the message to even Gen Zs them in that manner we then say go able grasp the knowledge.
And so finally, which can impact this go create at the country?
Well, this go puts the country now the forefront of technology in West Africa, and also it go shape the economic landscape and the digital landscape now the country, taking into consideration the price. For me, if me not be possible get zero knowledge into tech and I hear them saying there, so I know they sleep on them, I dey make sure say I go now and learn them skills there, because at the end of the day, the one good thing also, they provide job opportunities for the best students them at the end of every course. So not so you just not can learn the skill, but if you perform well, then we make sure say we get you into reputable tech companies then we will able to work with and start realizing something right at the end of the course.
Well, that's now the executive director for Nexora Initiative, Samuel Williams, inside our interview with Mohamed Lamin Kebe. They talk about the Payless and Learn More scheme where they develop as part of the efforts from the private sector for improved digital literacy and technology in the country. The program na midday show and they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Now we'll turn our attention to the studio guest them and we'll start with Jacqueline Moore. Jacqueline, again, good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon.
Now, as a public affairs officer from the U.S. Embassy, what's the role?
So as public affairs officer, I'm one of the people who are have the ability to speak officially for the embassy, and also I am in charge of media relationships and supervise our cultural programs, our educational programs, our exchange programs, and also the American spaces. We have 8 American spaces in Sierra Leone across the country. And these are places where you can visit and go to the library, and you can use resources there, you can hear programs, you can hear information about the United States. And this year we're celebrating America's 250th anniversary. We're very excited about that. So we have a lot of programs around the country at all of our spaces in Bow, in Kenema, and McKinney, and 4 places here in Freetown where you can come and hear programs and hear about American culture and history and our anniversary.
So, in line with that, how would you assess the way people or the locals in Sierra Leone relate with issues of America in Sierra Leone?
I've experienced very positive reactions from people here. We find very friendly relationships between the country. The people are very warm and welcoming here, and I think that there's enthusiasm for learning about American culture and access to opportunities in the United States for studying in the United States, which is part of what we're talking about today. And just sort of people are aware of American culture, interested in it, and interested in learning more about it.
Okay, so how has it been so far being a public affairs officer? I believe it must have taken a year or so.
Yes, I've been here for about a year and a half now, and I've had it really impressed with the lively media scene. That's one of the things that I work with a bit too. We have some very active alumni from our exchange programs who do a whole bunch of programs in the community and service days as well. And I've enjoyed seeing we have some programs for cultural preservation programs that we did at Bunce Island and Old Flora Bay College, and so I've gotten to see these and see what we've been able to do here. And we've been doing a lot of programs on entrepreneurship at the embassy as well, at the American Center at the embassy and in our American spaces. And so I'm very pleased with the sort of programs that we're doing. We're able to talk about ways in which we can, message on our social media as well, and message how what we're doing benefits both the United States and Sierra Leone.
Okay. I'll get back to you again, Jacqueline Moore. Continue to stay with us, but I think Peter Ali, don't be quiet for a while. Peter, again, good afternoon and welcome to the program Midday Show.
Good afternoon.
Now, you yourself get different role from Jacqueline Moore.
Mm-hmm.
You go now a strategic content coordinator and exchange specialist at the U.S. Embassy. What in this mean, and how you don't make sure say it impact the embassy?
So that means actually the advice on programs. I work on programs, media, and I'd advise the embassy on program strategies as well. So me don't work with the embassy for 9 years. So for the past 9 years, I've done the ensure say yes, the embassy is strategically positioned when it comes to media and other things.
Okay, but the concern about how people can want to be part of them programs and they and other people them don't know the right channel for go through and things like that. How you don't receive them concern and now you can deal with the one in day?
Well, over the years we done the try say we get everybody included in our programs, in our opportunities. Naimeko can get opportunities then they will post on our Facebook page, we share on our website and all that. And we recruitment a kind of inclusive, so we not done the left people out over the years. We don't include everybody.
Okay, continue for still 3. Now, let's turn our attention to the topic, the main focus of discussion, where I want to start with Jacqueline in particular. U.S. Fulbright Foreign Student Scholarship Program. We're going to look at the benefits later, but then start to tell us about the idea behind this and what is it focusing on?
Sure. So the Fulbright program has been around since 1946. And it involves a whole series of exchanges, academic exchanges primarily, between professors, between different institutions, both U.S. professors traveling overseas and working with universities overseas, and also foreign academics going and being placed in the United States in academic institutions. There's also student programs, so you can have U.S. students come to Sierra Leone, for example, or to other countries and to do research projects and to work with scholars here. And same with the Fulbright Master's Program, which is what we're talking about today, is the foreign student program. Students go to the United States and can get a master's degree as well. There's also an English teaching assistant program for American students who are just out of college to come and help with English language programs. And a couple of other specialist programs, smaller programs as well. But this is our most prestigious exchange program. It absolutely is the flagship program. Fulbright is a recognizable brand the world over, and it's equivalent to the Rhodes Scholarship in England, to go to Oxford as well. These are scholarships that if you have a Fulbright, if you're a Fulbright alumni, then you have doors opening for you because it means you're top of the top. So we're looking for the best people, the best scholars, the best students, the best to do that. Now, what it actually is, the foreign student program, is a master's fully funded program to do your master's degree. And that really means a lot. It means you get a stipend for living, as well as a stipend, your tuition and your fees and everything paid for in the United States. And so because it is a fully funded scholarship, it is extraordinarily competitive, as you can imagine. And as I said, we're looking for the top students to take part in that. This is a program that, if you are successful, they would start for the 2027 academic school year. So not this fall, but the next fall is when you'd come into the program. And it's designed to give people the access to the top education, that match them with a program that is best for their future plans and what they'd like to do. And it's also designed to help people to create networks in the United States that they can then use to bring ties with the, closer ties with the United States. And also to be able to do interactions in the future and have projects between the two countries in the future, and friendly relationships, strengthen the relationships. The Senator William Fulbright, who started the program and proposed this in Congress back in 1946, wanted to make sure, he believed that the best way for countries to get along is if people meet each other on a one-to-one basis. And so the Fulbright Exchange is very important. It's a way for us one-on-one to have connections with people and for people to understand each other. People come to other countries like Sierra Leone and have better understanding of Sierra Leone. People from Sierra Leone go to the United States. We have better understanding of each other, and we have better communication between each other as well.
You mentioned about how it started in 1946. Has Sierra Leone always been part of it since 1946?
Sierra Leone joined in 1992. And there were, from 1992 to 1994, we began sending scholars from here. But there was a break during the Civil War, and then we picked up again in 2005 to the present. And so we've sent 60 students over since then. So we have 60 Fulbright alum and growing every year. And as you can see, it's a small number, but it's a number of people who've gone on to do influential things and to work in their communities and work at their institutions, and it's led to leadership roles for a lot of the alumni from these programs.
So, how would you describe the impact on both sides? Sierra Leonean students going there, and academics or professors coming from America coming into Sierra Leone.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things that it allows you to do is build up a network. And so for both sides, this is beneficial for the American institutions. American students, graduate students who are studying with the student from here, have an international network with Sierra Leone and can do sort of work around, broaden their perspective on their issues and their research topics. They also can create institutional linkages between their academic institution and the academic institution here. And the students and academics from Sierra Leone and the universities from Sierra Leone that host Fulbright academics benefit in the sense of getting to exchange best practices, learning about the American education system, the higher education system, and the best practices from there. They get connected with people they can do joint publications with, the research programs, the research projects with as well. And so the idea is to bring that at a private level for the future. So we start off with this sponsoring the student, and then they go from there and widen those connections.
Okay, continue to stay with us, Jacqueline. I want to turn attention to Peter Ali. Peter, you've listened to what Jacqueline have said earlier, but then with regards to the number, is there the U.S. Embassy get intention for make sure say this number go?
Yeah, definitely. We get no intention there, but for now we can send 3 every year. So we hope say that will go. The embassy they push for that. Once that number increase, we go definitely make them public. For now, 3 we send every year.
Okay. Look at what are some of the things them we only look for.
So we get eligibility requirements. So one, you get for be a Sierra Leonean where they live in a salon. For be a Sierra Leonean where they somewhere else. Okay, where they look for that. And secondly, you forget a good bachelor's degree, what we can call first degree. Okay, division 1 or 2 at least. And then secondly, you as well for ensure say you exceed Fulbright and program minimum score on TOEFL and GRE, but that's now later where we go down recruit you. You as well forget 5 consecutive years of professional working experience. That now after your first degree, not to before. So whatever experience you get before your first degree or during your first degree, not count at all. And then you know for intent for immigrate in America after your program, you will come back and create benefit to Salone.
Okay.
Yeah.
How now can get the understanding? Because every Sierra Leonean is different. You get the one that we just want for go land, and the other one that we get that kind of plan D. How now can evaluate that one? They say this person at the right pick. Even when he gets Sierra Leonean, he don't leave. He get the best of results. We only look for. If he go, we believe say he come back and can contribute.
So we did vet very well. The recruitment process is rigorous. Okay, it involved a lot of stages. So we did do background checks. We get for reach out to your institution. We get for check your transcript, and during the process, we get for see the will in you for go and come back for come create benefits in Salone, not to for go stay in America. So Fulbright, not to an immigration pathway at all. Now for come and create development back in Salone.
Okay, continue for still 3. The time from the studio clock now 26 minutes gone past the hour 12 o'clock, and we still get with 2 studio guests inside the program. Jacqueline, again I'll come to you. This Fulbright opportunity for foreign students now on all courses, or it gets specific type of course that we look at?
That's a great question. We have a priority over certain topics this year.
Okay.
We obviously, when we do this, we want to ensure that we're highlighting the best of America, and also to highlight administration priorities and help Sierra Leone to do its own development in the future. So this is why, as Peter was saying, we want people who are going to come back and who are going to help Sierra Leone to develop. We want people who are committed to developing Sierra Leone. So the fields this year, the preferred fields this year are artificial intelligence, which is one where the United States is the leader in developing artificial intelligence at this point in the world. STEM in general, science, technology, engineering, and math. So any of these fields, we feel that there's we have a big advantage in the United States in terms of teaching and what we do there in the sciences, and we do that. Cybersecurity, so ensuring that digital systems work and that they're safe and reliable and that we can use them as well. Health digitization. We're very interested in having modern, and I think Sierra Leone does a very good job with this already, to be honest. They've developed a system of monitoring diseases, infectious diseases. They're starting to get good at data collection, but we need people to work with those numbers and to figure out how to do that, so as well. Disease prevention, and the same with health. This is a big topic for interest for the United States, because any global health threat could become a threat. You know, any health threat or anything that comes up in Sierra Leone could easily spread very quickly elsewhere. And so we want to make sure that we are aware of and monitoring and also able to prevent diseases from developing, to prevent outbreaks, because they become very quickly global threats and threats to the United States. So health security for Sierra Leone is a global health issue, and very much an issue for security for the United States. We're also interested in supply chain management, certainly, and if we want to promote trade with the United States, we need to make sure that there's and manufacturing, that we can get the materials that we need, either to Sierra Leone or to the United States. And so supply chain management is one of those things that is essential for figuring out rational and prosperous trade relationships. Trade, of course, conflict negotiation, and a number of other related fields. We do have to say that, though, there are limits in terms of what you can't do. So you can't do medicine or clinical degrees. So if you want to be a doctor or a dentist or those sorts of things, you can't do that with a Fulbright if you're handling patients and have direct contact with patients. So that's not possible to do. But the other STEM and technical and public health fields, these are all very much fields that are priorities and STEM fields this year.
Okay, in all of these I didn't hear you speak about an art course for people in the arts.
Well, you can apply for it, certainly. I mean,
Okay.
you know, we look for people in all fields. We'll take people for all fields. We are saying priority
Okay.
in these fields, and so if we have two people who are equally qualified, and we're going to look for the priority fields, and certainly the U.S. government feels that these are areas which will be the most beneficial for developing in Sierra Leone and developing around globally, and can also take advantage of American expertise too. So, but if you're in the arts, you can apply, certainly, absolutely. As I said, there will be a priority for the other topics. So, but if we don't have anybody in these fields,
Okay.
then certainly an art student would have.
That means
chances.
that there's a provision for it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Continue to stay with us. She's Jacqueline Moore, and she's with us in the studio. She is the public affairs officer from the U.S. Embassy, and she has been here to discuss a lot about the U.S. Fulbright foreign students scholarship opportunities, and the program midday show they continue, and the time from the studio clock now 12:31. At this point, Fambul, we'll pause for a short while, take this music break. When we come back, we'll come and look at what are the benefits them and what are other opportunities them where people can able to benefit from their scholarship there. So continue for still to take this break.
No matter who you be, let me make salon and a big. No look so you follow, no follow. Who say you got the foot and a big? No matter where you go, let me make salon and a big. No look so you follow, no follow. Who say you got the foot and a big? Salon the well, yes not true, but we could never so. If you never saw, tell me, who's are we to go? We all know, say we all tend up the past. Then we may come for the beginning of the bomb. Hey, no matter who you be, let me make some and a bit. No look say you follow, no follow. Who say you got the foot and a bit? No matter where you go. Salon, and a bit. No look so you follow, no follow. So you got the foot and a bit. Salon, now we all, now we don't ever make it well. Salon, now we all, now we don't ever make it well. Now we don't fall on for food because we vex. Now we so careful so far. Now we don't fall on for food because we vex. Now we so careful so far. Let we pledge we love and loyalty to we country Sierra Leone. Let we come together, let we walk as one for the better of Salon. Not to me, not to you, but everybody for come together as one. So capital lawyer feet to driver let we make. So make the team in the local limba let we make. Everybody come together, let we make. Salon, we all, let we make. We all know, say we all turn up the past. Let we make come for the beginning of the month. Hey, I like it in Australia. You know, Salon,
The program midday show they continue. Fambul, I hope you enjoyed that music the way the technical department put for you inside the program midday show. And the program they continue inside the program before we come to the studio guest here. They continue for look at more issues. We go inside the policy analyst in our budget advocacy network. Abu Bakar Tarawali say the navigating power playbook we ban and then partner they launch now for empower civil society body them for all government accountable and play their role as civil society activists them. Abu Bakar Tarawali talk more about this to Musa Kamara inside this interview.
It's a navigating power playbook and a strategy book. We advise to civil society how them for ensure say then get change inside the advocacy. The book they give plenty lived experiences from across multiple countries, them Salone, Guatemala, of course, Palestine. Then countries in the way we don't see conflicts. Countries in the way we don't see people's power they fail, but we fairness strengthen with voice and for ensure say we write down strategies where we don't use over time, where they work in terms of advocacy. So now that book we launched today.
Why this book at this time?
Well, the Navigating Power Playbook, it come at the right time where you see say the civic space they shrink, that's alone. Somehow we don't need civil society work. Now don't life, you don't go inside politics, you see say political power, don't they dominate the people's power. If you look at the book in cover, you say the people's power is better than the political power. Meaning it's powerful, the people then voice more powerful than the political power because then we're able for all duty to be as accountable and then for ensure say the change where they happen, that change where it is serve the best interest of the citizens.
What are some of the provisions then that this book where they speak to within what they talk about? So
the book gets various provisions. Number one, when you they enter into advocacy, we the talk say for be evidence led. And for let you get the evidence where they challenge power, you need to do a lot of analysis. So because we they do analysis and engage government, we fair not say plenty time that strategy they don't they work well where government they listen and change. Even though change not immediate, some things sometimes they take them 10 years, 15 years before it happen. But eventually it happen shows say the government they listen to the people's power. The second like a participation. When they move alongside citizens, that the community, that the district, and they participate in this advocacy, rather than you go talk for them, then they're able to talk for themselves. This is able for ensure they understand the issues and by themselves, even without a project, they're able to sustain that power for let the old duty bearers accountable for things the way they want for see it change, then the way how they want to change.
This is just a book. How this will bring the much needed change? Well, they anticipate.
With the give civil society, there plenty sense where they go take for approach different context them. For example, you have to think conflict sensitive, even if not you not see conflicted, but you have to remember say controversy they per advocacy. Not to all issue they challenge, government go gladly or other citizens go gladly. But how you go take to use that sense the strategy will go make everybody accept the change we want for advocate for. In the inside the book where the strategy then they it all work in a salon and elsewhere in the world.
Would I get to the room we wanna bring together for seek this?
Well, for this engagement today, we get plenty civil society organization them. We get the print and electronics media. We get academic institutions. We get, of course, development partners where they self-interested for see how civil society they come together for ensure say then self-transfer skills and knowledge in terms of how for carry on advocacy business at the country. It not go bring controversy and it not go also put the people the way they engage in this advocacy into danger.
What's in it?
The next stuff will roll out and see how we go disseminate this playbook far and wide so that people then go use them as reference material. They will also take the sense where they inside there for the carry on their own advocacy when and how they want for them.
Well, that's now the policy analyst, now Budget Advocacy Network, Ban Abubakar Tawale, inside the interview to talk about the Navigating Power Playbook, where Ban and then partner then launch for empower civil society, then for able all government accountable, and self-follow them play their role as civil society activists. Them. The program, midday show, they continue. We still get Jacqueline Moore, when a public affairs officer at the U.S. Embassy, and it is today for Terry Moore, but the U.S. Fulbright Scholarship for Foreign Students. Them. Now, Jacqueline, we have been speaking, and also Peter Ali has also mentioned that for this year, the amount of students you'll be looking out for is 3. This begs the question about whether these 3 students will be only going into a single university of the embassy's choice or of their choice?
That's a great question. In general, we look for a program that matches with the students' interests and projects and needs. Certainly, students may have some input. They will have a choice at some point for out of certain choices, but the Fulbright program takes care of all of these things. They take care of the applications for the university. They put all the materials together. They work with the universities that can host Fulbright students. Not every university in the United States is capable of hosting Fulbright students. And so what the applicant does is they put in their plan, their study plan, what they want to do, what their specific interests are, and where they're going. And then the Fulbright program looks for all of the programs in the United States and matches them up with one that works the best for them. Sometimes people go, oh, I don't know, there are so many universities in the United States, and I really want to go to Harvard. I really want to go to Harvard, or I really want to go to MIT or to Stanford. And that's because we know those names of the schools. But there are hundreds of universities in the United States, hundreds, thousands of universities in the United States that offer actually really carefully programs that might be better suited to specifically what you're interested in. For example, if you're interested in mining engineering, Harvard is not the place to go for a degree in mining engineering.
Wow.
You might want to go instead to the South Dakota School of Mines. Now, you might not have heard of the South Dakota School of Mines before, but in fact, that's the best school in the country to do mining engineering, or one of the best anyway. There's also Colorado School of Mines too. So what the Fulbright people have done, they've been doing this for a long time. As we said, they're very good at matching up with a program that you may or may not have heard of, but it will be one that will meet your needs, and also one that you meet the requirements for admission, because it's competitive to get into graduate school in the United States as well too. So most Fulbrights get a good, they're respected, and we understand it's the top people, but even then sometimes it could be hard to get into universities to do that. So you will have some choice. Usually what will happen is they will come back with a couple of choices of universities for you that they think would be a good match for you, and then you get to choose which of those you think would be good matches and say, no, this one's not for me, or that. But then they will go back and work with the universities to find the one that will offer the best.
So what you're saying is that the platform would give a list of courses of universities, and then depending on the course that you want to study, you would then have to pick.
They will, yes. So what they will do is they will look, say you wanted to do a degree in mining engineering, for example, they would look at all the programs for mining engineering, and they'll take suggestions. So if you wanted to suggest certain schools, they will look at those programs as well. And they will narrow it down to the sort of top 4 or 5 schools and programs that they think you would be the best match for what your specific goal is. Are you in coal mining? Are you in gold mining? Are you in, stone quarrying? It makes a difference.
Yeah.
And what aspect of mining engineering are you interested in? And so they will match it to the best they can. They'll find the programs that are the best match, and then they will offer you those choices of programs, and you can look at the programs and decide from there which ones are good fits for you.
Okay, continue to stay with us. And Peter Ali, I want us to start talking about the application process. Earlier, you mentioned about the eligibility requirements, particularly for this one that they're looking out for 3 people to represent Sierra Leone in those universities. But one of the requirements you talked about is about having 5 years working relationship. What's the idea behind that?
So we want mid-level professionals, people who are at least able to represent Sierra Leone very well there, who already have a very good working experience and can build on that, go pursue their master's degree, come and create significant impact. So that is why we want at least 5 years of progressive working experience.
Okay, now let's talk about the application process now. How it's like, because before Anobi don't get this education yet, myself, we don't see some of the links na Facebook, but many times where you click, at times, I don't know if now the ads or waiting, it can go to me in the wrong direction. And sometimes for navigate to side, really for go inside, it can be an issue. Start for explaining about how the application process did.
Okay, thank you, Jaffa. So to start with, the application they open on February 23rd this month at exactly 9 a.m. And then it closed on April 5th okay, 11:59 p.m. So you get
by midnight now.
exactly.
Okay.
So we don't give enough window for make people go able for submit their applications. Now, if you want to apply for the Fulbright Master Scholarship, you can check with Embassy Facebook page, the link there, or you go na the Embassy website na sl.usembassy.gov. sl.usembassy.gov. Or you can as well apply na apply.iie.org/FFSP 2027. So this master scholarship now for 2027-2028 academic year.
So, for example, if you meet them LinkedIn and then on Facebook, how you did navigate for go inside the right path? Because obviously, when you go on the website, there are a lot of things about maybe introduction or the preface of, just like what Jacqueline was explaining about the idea behind the Fulbright scholarship. You have to read a lot and things like that. If you've known or gotten this sort of education from what Jacqueline has said, how you do now go into the aspect of really applying after we don't get the link now?
So if you use the embassy link, when at sl.usembassy.gov, immediately when you enter, they look for exchanges, and then you click on exchanges, and then you go see Fulbright foreign student. You click on the Fulbright foreign student, and then you see the apply now link there. Okay, we get for give you details, eligibility requirements, application requirements, and all that. So before anybody they think of applying, one of the key things we look for, we very important, now that the application get requirement them.
Okay.
So apart from the eligibility requirement, the application requirement include one, you get at least 3 letters of references. That is, you referees them for able for send 3 letters, okay? We go able for speak about you. And we know the joke with that, very important. And 2, you academic transcripts, unofficial, for be available, you have to attach them as well to the application. And then, of course, a complete online application, and then you click submit. So now a process will require time and effort.
Okay. Then we don't go through this. What's now the next stage?
So after you don't submit your application, the application get foreclosed on April 5th at 11:59. The next stage now that we get for review all of the applications there.
One after the
One after the other. And then we look for all of the requirements there. One, we get for check if you're not Sierra Leonean. And if you're not Sierra Leonean, where they live and work now.
Okay.
And if you get a bachelor's degree, and if you get 5 years of progressive working experience, and if you get 3 letters of references, if you transcript all of them related document and so we get for as well ensure say yes you now a strong applicant in the sense that you get for your application for demonstrate a clear career and academic goals, okay, and as well as you get for get the relevant professional experience what they look for, and then we begin to check now for them priority fields them way Madam Jacqueline Morby mentioned earlier, okay? So it takes time, and then after we don't review all of the applications, then we reduce them to at least a good number of people. Then we will go shortlist for interview.
Okay.
Yes, based on a requirement, then where I mention, and then we shortlist and invite them to an interview. After the interview, we reduce them further and choose at least until the best 20 people that will progress with. And then after that, we continue for reduce the number further until we get 5 top, candidates that will go with 3 primary candidates them and 2 alternate candidates them.
What's in the mean?
So the 3 primaries that are the possible one them we
show off.
yes the one that will show off. See, definitely get for go study in the US. So the reason we can make with the add 2, anything can happen, and then one panel 3 them drop down, and then one panel alternate then can go up. For example, one of the things where the Fulbright they emphasize on are the fact that you get for get strong academic and English, competence. Your English proficiency level get for be high, so you get for pass TOEFL, you get for pass, other test them. So if, for example, one primaries fail TOEFL, maybe you score less than 80.
So you mean you get for sit exam?
Yes, then get for sit TOEFL now they pay for. But if you already get TOEFL and GRE or Duolingo, then no problem. You can add them to the application where you they apply. If you not get them, no problem at all. But bear in mind, say you get for take TOEFL, okay? We're now for English competence, and then you get for take Duolingo and an alternative to TOEFL, and then GRE as well. So if one party primary is them, the cabin they say earlier, not able for do well party TOEFL, and then an alternate, do very well party TOEFL, then we can move forward with alternate. Or we send you for the English program.
Okay, continue for still TWE. Jacqueline, I believe you've heard about me speaking to Peter Ali about how I've made an attempt before. One thing I've noticed about this application process is that whether it's really keen on honesty.
Yes.
If your answers doesn't align, it will reach a point where the box to tick would never be open, or you will never be go to the next stage.
Yeah. We have a zero tolerance policy for plagiarism, and this is very much an issue. We need to know what your actual level of academic achievement is and ability is before we can approve you to go to a graduate program in the United States, because if you've just copied all your things or you've had AI write your application, that's not you, right? That's AI's come up with something, or ChatGPT's essay. That's what ChatGPT wants to do. It may not be what you want to do, and so we need to know that it's actually you. So we have zero tolerance for plagiarism. The whole application will in fact be run through software that checks for plagiarism, and we also have been instructed on, and they're instructed on looking for telltale signs of AI completing the application too. So we want you to be as honest as possible, to use your exact level of skills. And if, for example, you do need some extra English language, because academic English is very different than regular spoken English, and there's a lot of reading in graduate school. When I had one seminar in graduate school, I had to read 1,500 pages a week, and that was just for one of 3 classes I was taking. So to be able to be that proficient, it can sometimes be a little bit difficult to do. But if you need that a little bit extra English language coaching, if we know that in advance, that is possible. If you have a score that's high enough, but not quite high enough to meet the official requirement, then there's an option of having a long-term English, intensive English training before the program actually starts, that will get you up to the level that you need to be. And it's much better that we know that ahead of time than you're using somebody else's words and somebody else's things. So it's honestly, we are looking for honesty. We're looking for people to use their own answers, not to use AI, and not to plagiarize. So no copying. And you have to sign an agreement when you fill out your application. You have to sign a certification that none of this has been plagiarized.
So speaking of this, let's look into the opportunities. Now we say one of the students in Sierra, Peter Ali, is among the primary candidates. What are the opportunities that he would be expecting to gain?
Well, as we said, it's a fully funded master's degree. So he will go to the United States at a university that will match his program. Mining engineering, keep using that as an example, right? Okay, so whatever he wants to do, or public health, or whichever program and track that they're interested in working in, they'll go to a university that has really excellent faculty in that area that has an excellent record and teaching and good degree programs in that area. They will stay there for 1 to 2 years. Some master's programs are only 1-year programs, some are 2 years. So you have up to 2 years of funding to complete your master's degree. They will go there, they will stay and they will get a stipend for their housing and for food and books and you know, living expenses. You're not going to live like a king, but you're going to live like a graduate student in the United States, which can sometimes mean a lot of macaroni and cheese and ramen noodles. But you know, you'll live pretty well. You'll be fine. And then you'll have you know, you'll be a part of a graduate program there, and you'll have a professor. You'll be assigned to an advisor or choose an advisor that you'll work with one-on-one usually, and then also you'll be taking graduate courses in your area of expertise. And so you'll just be focused for 2 years, and there's usually a required curriculum of courses. And we do encourage you to, and we've had this feedback from, we've just had 2 Fulbright students come back, and we get to talk to them after they come back. And one of the things that they said is to don't get so excited about the university that you don't look at the actual courses that they offer. And so you have a chance when you're choosing which university and which is the best match to see that these are the actual courses. It might be a degree in mining engineering, but if it's not quite the right courses that you're looking for, or for what your purpose is and what you want to do with your mining engineering degree, then you want to make sure that you're doing that. So
if you were to advise any Sierra students intending to be part of the U.S. Fulbright Scholarship for Foreign Students, what would be the message?
Okay, we are looking for top students. So if you feel that you've got the academic excellence and also the professional goals, and also an intent to come back to Sierra Leone and to benefit Sierra Leone, to use your things, we're really looking for people, you know, if you just want to go because you want a degree, because it would be nice to have a degree, you know, and you would make more money. That's okay, but it's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is somebody who wants to get a degree to do something to benefit Sierra Leone. And so we want you to let us know who you are, be honest about it, tell us what your passions are, and honestly what you want to study and what you're interested in studying, because that's how we match up with the university. And keep at it. Be patient. Give yourself time to do the application. The application, as Peter said, it's a long application. There's a lot of things that are required. Don't wait until the last day to start that application. Start as soon as you can. You can stop and start and save it as you go. You can wait to submit it. So,
what's the date again?
The date is February 23rd at 9 a.m. is when the application opens, and it closes on April 5th at 11:59 p.m.
Okay, Peter, as we go, the link or the website and where could people access them?
You can go to our Facebook page. In fact, we just did a recent post about the Fulbright, advertising it there. You can access the QR code and a link that will take you direct to the application. Or you go to the U.S. Embassy website, which is sl.usembassy.gov. You can access it there as well.
Okay, plenty thank you joining today inside this edition. Ina Peter Ali, one of the specialists them na the U.S. Embassy, and they are today for giving more knowledge about the U.S. Fulbright scholarship opportunity for foreign students. I mean, a strategic content coordinator and exchange specialist for the U.S. Embassy. But also, again, we've been getting Jacqueline Moore, public affairs officer for the U.S. Embassy, and same like Peter Ali, should be there for giving more education about how things to go about when you want to apply, what are the criteria then, and within the U.S. Embassy they look for with that kind of opportunity there. So I believe you will all listen to, we could all learn a lot, and I believe myself, no say it don't be a very interesting an hour conversation with Jacqueline and also Peter, and hope we're going to get to know from time to time for get more updates about how the scholarship will go on. Thank you very much for being part of the Midday Show program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jaffa.
Okay, well, Fambul, I already draw the cutting down for this edition of the program. We've been like for continue go further, but because of time, we'll draw this edition now also to an end. Plenty thank you to the production team, to the Arena and the Saptu Kalon and other members of the production team. Me, we're bringing counsel on this edition. Me, name is Jaffa Mans Davis. But alongside me, I've been on the work with DJ Cabs, so we're going to get to live from a different radio set them. And Fatima Tasamu, I'm going to see you live on Facebook. Until the next edition, have a nice day. Goodbye for now.